Welcome back, everyone, to the Delaware Disc Golf Challenge. We are here in Newark, Delaware, at the beautiful wooded gem of a course, Iron Hill Disc Golf Course. We're in the back half of the FPO feature card. I'm Sarah Holcomb here with Holly Finley.
Yeah, and check out this leaderboard here. Kona, Holly, Ellen, and Stacy. Kona coming in at 1 over. I'm at 2 over along with Ellen, and Stacy currently sitting at 7 over par. And here we are at hole 10, a par 5 in the woods. This hole is all about placement. You want to have your drive, sneak around the corner, and land somewhere here near the wood chips. Your second shot can be aggressive, but you do not want to trickle left into the woods. Try to keep it in the dirt. Keep it in the middle, and that way you can have a nice clean shot into the green. I find this to be one of the trickier holes on the course, so I'm really looking to just keep it in the middle and not try to get too greedy on any shot.
Ellen up first, throwing a backhand around the corner.
Sidewinder in a good position.
Stacy getting aggressive. She's throwing that a savant around the corner.
And she lands right in front of the short tee. Wow, she'll have some really good footing for that second shot.
Kona with the AVR X3 looks
That
a
looked
little tight.
Yep. Yeah.
Gets the kick out to the fairway though.
I've got an old 11-time eagle sneaking that around the corner.
Beautiful in the chips. Yeah, this is actually a eagleable par 5. It kind of plays as a soft par 5. So if you get off the fairway, don't quite throw the shot you're expecting. Oh my gosh, Stacy runs up on the tee. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to help the shot much. She's off to the left, but that's kind of fun. Like just pitch to the short tee.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the best footings you're going to have on this whole course on the second shot.
Close up of Kona's Mini with Colton's face on it.
Those two recently engaged. She needs that to get right.
And it's like those woods are a magnet right now, just sucking all the discs into them. And as I mentioned earlier, you really don't want to end up left at all.
Right is also bad, for the record.
Okay. And there I go into the stuff I said none of us should be in.
Yeah, the fairway is pretty big, but because of this par 5, the distance, you really want to get aggressive. But that also includes fades, and there's another fade left. Kona in recovery mode.
That's in a kind of a lucky position, though, having that alley back to the fairway.
Looks like there's a pathway there. Oh, okay. Stacy throwing a pig out.
That's an incredible out.
Really good control. Ellen also pinched on that left side. Huge turn.
Ellen's gotten so good at those shots where you do the full commitment and just throw your body into it.
Yes.
I have yet to figure that one out. And because I'm out of position like the other ladies, I'm just trying to chip something out of the woods and get myself in a parable position.
Kona with a simple pitch up. Wanted that a little bit. Well, it's pretty good. I was thinking it needed to be a little closer, but 15 feet is very doable. Stacy also pitching. Long run. to the mulch. That mulch really kills the skips, so you can kind of get a little aggressive if you're farther away.
Yeah, I like the way it grabs the disc for sure.
Ellen with a long run.
Little Nova floater at it.
Really great par there from Ellen. Although this is a very birdieable hole. It's got a 15th difficulty, so one of the easier holes on the course. I'm assuming from that par 5 position when the men are playing this as a par 4. So we get a little bit of an extra stroke here to scramble from the woods. Yeah, 23% of the field got the birdie.
And our card taps in for pars all around.
But pars are good at Iron Hill. You really can't complain about that.
Absolutely.
Your ponytail just hits you in the face on your
so
backswing.
long. Oh boy. Hole 11, 475 feet. This is also a gettable par 4. You can pump a drive right through this gap that the drone is flying to, fade anywhere left, and have a pretty decent upshot into the green. There isn't a lot of out of bounds or anything here to worry about. It's just mostly sneaking through the trees off the drive and then having a clean upshot. But I find this to be one of the more gettable birdies on the course as far as par 4s go.
Yes, agreed. But it is tunnel, as are most of the holes out here. Ellen choosing the backhand.
Oh, that was a tasty treat.
Wow. Yeah, she's in great position. And that left side, there's a nice opening to the pin where you don't actually have to hit the center gap, but you can let something fade right.
That had some torque on it.
Yeah, just ripping it. Gets the kick left. Kona up next with a T-bird.
And that was sort of just hyzery all the way through its flight, and it landed in a great position. So I threw that a little harder than I intended, but the boss kicks over there, and it's also in an okay position.
Stacy utilizing her sidearm. Throwing a savant up to the basket.
Yeah, that got a nice full flight out of it.
Oh.
And my Mirage faded to the right a little quicker than intended.
You have a circle 2 look. Ellen with the Nova once again. Navigating the trees, leaving herself an edge of the circle putt, just outside circle 1. Kona sneaking through that right side.
And that's about as good as it gets on this hole.
So this is just outside circle 2. Was that a layup?
It was one of those halfies, you know, float it up in the air and see what happens.
Stacy for birdie. Yes!
Yes!
Oh, she's so excited. I love it.
I love the way that just curled around the back of the basket.
Ellen also looking for that birdie, but not the stroke she was looking for.
Tap in par.
Pars are good.
Kona grabbing herself a birdie here.
Couple birdies, couple pars. That's a good hole. Let's look at this huge putt from Stacy. Pretty clean on the release.
Oh, it looks so much cooler in slow-mo. Wow. All right, y'all, here we go. Hole 12, 300 feet. This is another one of those holes that's actually two-able, and there aren't a whole lot out here. So when you come up on them, you're feeling kind of greedy, like, you know what, I want to get this. So you're really trying to pump one out straight, land somewhere in this very rocky region, and hopefully have a drop-in putt. Now, you can play a safe route and sort of hyzer left, but then you've got decisions to make. You're going to go for the downhill putt, or are you going to lay it up? Also on the right is a road, so if you trickle over that way, it's out of bounds land.
So Stacy kind of challenging that fade and trying to keep it in bounds, but she finds the road. The sidearm, I like the sidearm play, but also it's got to finish straight.
Yep.
Which makes that shot far more difficult. Kona with a Mako 3. Ooh, that looked good. Gets it right up there, pin high, easy putt. She'll have a great birdie look. Ellen challenging that road with the sidearm play. And she says, I'm not going to throw it in the road, but how about the left woods?
Yeah. And I'm also throwing a Mako, hoping to go straight or a little fade to the left.
Leaving you a downhill putt. But they're very makeable.
Yes.
It's a matter if you want to try.
Yes.
Ellen in recovery mode. I assume she's going to lay this up, which is not as easy. Oh, wow. That looked really good.
That green is fast, even though it's rocky. It can
she's right there.
Get away from you quick.
So you running this?
Nope. I'm in a weird position. There's a tree right in the middle of the basket, and I'm just trying to get close to the koozie.
Yeah, and also when you're trying to lay this shot up, there's so many rocks on the green that you can easily just hit something weird and pick up and roll away. So you really have to make sure if you're going to run this putt that you're going to make it.
Come back for par. Kona putting for birdie. Sweet.
Excellent. Kona has gotten quite a few birdies. That's two in a row.
Two in a row, yeah.
And she got a couple on the front as well.
And Ellen cleans up for her par.
Stacy with the out of bounds does take the bogey. Katrina Allen, Vanessa Van Dyken, and Deanne Carey also joining Kona with a birdie on this hole.
Love it.
When I walk up to the tee, I have these game plans. I think I'm gonna land in these same areas every single time, but you never know. Having the Bushnell rangefinder, no matter where I land, gives me that extra level of confidence.
I started playing disc golf with my family when I was 8 years old. When I was 16, I got my first job as a cook at a bowling alley, and that's when I made my first batch of beef jerky. As I got better at throwing, I also got better at making beef jerky. Everyone told me they loved my jerky. After 15 years of making my beef jerky as a hobby, I decided to make it available to everyone. Double G Craft Jerky. Give it a try. You're gonna love it.
Hey y'all, hole 13, 360 feet. Here's another hole that is two-able, but it's tricky. You've got the road out of bounds on the right, but what you want to do is pump something straight, and if you can, have a nice easy hyzer into the green. Oftentimes you'll get right about here and hit these trees and then just have a long putt at birdie. I feel like the drive is fairly easy, but the finish of the drive is the hardest part.
Kona going with a lion. So she's playing more conservative, trying to get around that corner without a faster disc. And she gets a long look. Looks like circle 2. Well executed. Ellen also going with the backhand, which is the natural shot for this hole. Gets to the corner
This is such a well-guarded green.
Yeah, it really takes a ton of precision to get the straight shot with the fade as it comes down the elevation change.
And I'm going aggressive with a katana, but I get a little plinko action.
Stacy going TL3.
Full sin from Stace.
She throws that really high, so you can tell she's trying to get around that corner. And did she throw it past the basket?
Yeah, she's way down there.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever seen anybody get to that position. It's a bit of a blocked putt, but what a shot. Ellen pitching up with a Nova. Beautiful line. Park City. Awesome.
From about 65.
Yeah, nice, easy par.
Just floated up there.
Kona from the corner. Looking at a long look as well. And Stacy's like, where's my disc? She looks like she has a hyzer putt in.
Oh, and there's this, you can't quite see it, but there's this little vine her disc hit. And it's one of those invisible twiglet things that normally your eyes just don't catch, and then your disc gets smacked down by it.
So everybody kind of tapping in the pars. Not a bad, you know,
right
pars are
here.
good.
Yeah, sorry, Sarah. Right here, we actually had the triple horn blow. It was the lightning warning. So
that's what you guys were discussing.
I putted out, and they marked their lies, and we had to come back almost an hour and a half later. You can see it's a little bit darker now. Stacy excited because she finally got to putt out an hour and a half later.
Yeah.
So, you know, we took shelter and waited for the storm to roll on by, and when it was safe to resume play, that's exactly what we did.
And you can see how much darker it is in those woods as you come back. So it's now a kind of a time crunch to finish this round.
Absolutely. So it's about 6:30 or so when we did pick up the remainder of the round here at hole 14. This is another birdieable hole at 300 feet. It's not easy to get to, though. It's got a nice alley here, but the alley sort of fades left and short of the basket. I feel like as a right-handed player, you have to sneak through some corner trees on the right to even get there. This is really set up better more for a sidearm or a left-handed player.
Yeah, and I noticed I ranged it actually at 330. So
I knew it played longer than
yeah, it's definitely playing longer than
it's
it
listed.
says. Kona throws the flip up and gets to the edge of circle 2. Be an easy pitch up for par. Ellen going with that sidearm flex that we were just talking about. Looks like it flexes a little early.
Oh, and she trickles through all of it.
Wow, edge of circle 1. Is this a boss?
It is. How'd you know?
You have a couple yellow ones though. It could be a.
You're
what's
right.
the other one? The katana.
Roadrunner.
Roadrunner. There
Yeah,
you go.
the yellow discs are my favorite drivers.
Stacy going with a TL3. I'm kind of surprised she doesn't throw the sidearm here.
Yeah, me too.
Pushes into the right woods. She'll have a couple lanes to approach the pin.
Another little touch up, probably with a pig.
That is a little oinker.
Yeah, Stacy has been really utilizing that pig for her finesse upshots lately.
Kona with an AVR X3, her favorite approach disc.
Ellen for birdie.
Wow. Get in there. Go, go. Oh. You can tell how much she wanted that. After an hour and a half wait, it is pretty difficult to get yourself back in the mode of where you were at prior to the delay. Holly making a great putt.
Somebody
Excellent birdie.
Yeah, thank
Sorry,
you.
I didn't mean to
You're
to
good.
brush over that.
Somebody came up and gave me a present right before we finished hole 13 as Stacy has a nice putt here. That hush y'all sign.
Oh, yeah, that is an addition to your bag. That's perfect for your southern accent.
Yes. Now, luckily, we didn't have any, loud sounds or any spectators that were really, talking a lot. So I didn't need to use the sign today, but it is kind of funny to walk around with.
Holly's birdie putt. Wow, just really clean release. Right in the center.
I do love those Innova baskets. Hole 15, listed as 250, plays more like 290, uphill, about a 13 to 15 foot elevation change. This isn't an easy one, but I find it's another one I kind of want a birdie when I get here, especially when the listing shows anything, below 300 feet. You feel like it's a must get.
Agreed. And look how dark it's getting. Wow.
It's another boss.
I really like that turn out of your hand.
Yeah. It didn't flatten out as much as I wanted, but it landed in a decent position.
This is her leopard 3. Puts it up nice on a hyzer flip.
And that is a beautiful shot from Kona Panis.
You guys are in similar positions for birdie. Ellen going with the sidearm line. Puts it up a little bit high. And that's about edge of the circle. She's going to be blocked by that tree. And
ooh, that's low, but it's got the power to get there.
Throwing a wraith, so you can really kind of see how long this actually plays, even though it says 250. I mean, she probably throws that wraith over 300 feet normally. Ellen for birdie.
Just needed a tick more juice on that putt.
And Stacy trying to cash in. Yes!
Stacy gets herself a bird.
And we still have 2 more birdie opportunities here on this card. You guys playing this hole really well. Yeah! It's contagious!
And Kona for bird.
Oh, yeah. 38% of the field birdied this one, so it's one of the more gettable holes. I think second easiest on the course. But just because it's that easy doesn't mean it's a gimme. Definitely takes those skills, as we just saw, everybody navigating that tight gap. And then watching the putts fall in the basket. So we still have 3 more holes, and it is getting dark.
Love getting outside and challenging yourself to become better? How about spending time with family and friends, or just marveling at the pure joy of flight? Then you've come to the right place at the right time. Join the PDGA.
I was doing this with my eyes. Come on, get into night.
You've seen them in the hands of professionals, helping them compete at the highest level. Whale Sacks is a female-owned small business, handmade in the USA. We are dedicated to outstanding grip for all disc golfers.
I was like, come on, eyes, don't look at that. Quit looking at that red light. I didn't look at it, though. Here we go, hole 16, 485 feet. Wow, just running out of words here for this hole. It can be a tricky one here at the end of the round. The drive is slightly uphill. You obviously want to land in the middle. The second shot is really where it gets more difficult. You're going to have to navigate your way into the green. They did make this a par 4, but it is birdieable for our FPO division. Same old story, boss off the tee.
Little extra turn.
And I throw my hands up because there was a spectator hiding behind a tree over there, and I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Oh, no.
And my disc just went right for him.
Kona with a leopard 3, getting nice turn. And it's going to trickle a little bit left. But she's in front of that tree. That probably leaves her only a couple 100 feet to the pin.
Yeah, she really chopped off a good bit of distance from her tee shot.
Stacy with a leopard 3. Or sorry, TL3.
That's going a little more left than you'd like.
Yeah, I think she meant to take that right gap. And the sidearm look, you can get a nice flex around those middle trees and land on the right side, which opens up the tee shot. a little too much flex, but she's in the middle.
And I've got some shot shaping to do, yet again, with a boss.
Oh, you went left side. Okay, behind the basket, but a good look for birdie. So Ellen's got to throw a really straight shot here.
I love that.
Oh, yeah. Get past it. Excellent. Another birdie look. This is her Savant. What does a Savant do besides have a cool name?
It's really good for upshots, as clearly seen here by Stacy Rawnsley.
Kona way up there. Able to throw a controlled backhand. Leaves it out a little right, but still with the birdie look.
Stacy's got a long putt at it.
That looks like a layup.
She opts for the safe play.
She's new on tour, and that's a pretty smart play.
It is.
She's learning quickly. Birdie! Wow! From what, 30 feet?
Yeah, circle's edge.
Excellent. That's 3 in a row.
Three
Holly
in a row.
just
What?
bringing it
I
here at
didn't
the
even
end.
know. I got a turkey.
Gobble, gobble.
And Ellen makes good on her putt.
Kona also with the birdie look. Jeez, you guys are playing this hole great. It's like Tony the Tiger there.
Great. It's a good memory. And Stacy taps in.
So 35% birdies on this hole. So, I mean, the end of this round, I mean, we're seeing a lot of opportunities on the backside of the course, which will certainly come into play as we continue on in the rounds and see who will be crowned our champion.
Making our way to one of the more difficult holes on the course, yet another par 5 in the woods. 675 feet. With your drive, you can choose to be aggressive off the tee or go a little shorter and land in the middle. Your second shot, there's plenty of space to air it out on this green. Even though it looks kind of obstructed with the trees, you can work with almost anywhere that you land. You can pitch it up, sling it out at any angle and land anywhere and still have an opportunity to get up to the mound for a birdie 4. You're really just looking at, a couple of strong, solid, long drives, and you can get a birdie up.
Yeah, there is that main fairway, but there's a lot of gaps that are hittable on the left and the right.
Yes, this is a very generous hole.
And that looks like it's going to trickle left, but there's gaps over there. They're a little smaller, but still hittable.
And you can see just how dark it's getting in the woods here as we race against the clock to finish up before it gets completely dark on us.
Kona with a perfect shot up the middle with her leopard 3. Yeah, everyone knows that if we don't finish, we have to play early in the morning, and we're kind of expecting some rain tomorrow, so nobody really wants that option. And there's only a couple of cards to finish.
Ellen with a low sidewinder backhand. She ends up on the right side, but there's plenty of space to work with over there.
Stacy with a TL3. Puts it up nice and ends up in the middle, way up there.
And she takes that main route. That looks like a great position.
Ellen will be looking to flex this from a standstill. Flexes it a little too far.
It just kept going.
But there's gaps on the left.
And I'm just picking a gap and throwing it as hard as I can, hoping to land as close to the mound as possible.
Yeah, making just progress forward. Just penetrate the woods in whatever way works best for your game. Kona going back to her leopard 3. Again, throwing it perfectly up the main gap.
And she's in prime position.
Stacy with the Savant.
After watching Stacy on this round, I can see just how heavily she relies on that turnover sidearm. Luckily, Ellen's throwing a neon disc, so I can still see it, but it's getting really hard to focus and see the discs in this level of light.
And you get it almost up there, just on the edge of the side hill?
Just on the edge of the circle there, over to the right.
Stacy with her pig gets to the bottom of the stairs. That's a long putt, but she'll be looking at the basket. This is Ellen's fourth. That leaves her a long putt first to save her par. And Kona, this is her, third shot?
Yes.
Getting it way up there, and that looks perfect. Okay.
Perfect amount of touch.
Basically, Kona played this hole as perfect as you can.
Yep.
Stacy for birdie.
And that was a good bit at it from where she was.
Yeah, this mound adds that extra little difficulty on the green, which is very characteristic of this course. Ellen not able to convert her par. And this is your birdie look as well. Oh, splash. Pretty hard to see the basket, even when you're on the green.
It sure is. Kona getting herself a birdie here on hole 17.
She made it look real easy.
It's not, though, folks.
Ellen with the bogey.
Why did no one tell me my pocket was hanging out the entire round?
You know what? Rude. Let's take a look at Kona's tee shot. You can see the leopard 3 just flipping up. Great shot.
And as we come to the close of the round here, hole 18, 518 feet, par 4. Your tee shot is extremely important. You want to bite off as much distance as possible, and some shot shaping is required to get in a good position on this hole. If you can get around that corner and land somewhere about here, and then you'll have about a 200 to 300 look up shot into the green, depending on your drive. Also, the green is blocked by some giant boulders. Welcome to Iron Hill. If you can get up there, your disc will land and catch in the nice fresh mulch they put down for us. So let's see what these ladies got.
This gap off the tee is so tight. Kona with leopard 3, seeing if she can throw those same beautiful shots that she threw on the last hole, and she does. This looks like a boss.
You know it.
Get off that tree. Yeah. Wow, gets way up there. Perfect shot.
It's so dark, I find myself even squinting watching the footage here.
Yeah, no doubt. TL3 from Stacy.
Perfect line.
Again, a great shot.
And that's good positioning for her second shot.
Ellen going with the backhand. Little turned, or maybe perfectly turned. Okay.
Yeah, Widboom executes another tasty backhand. She's really working a lot of those into her game here at Iron Hill. That's a little low. Hits a tree and lands short. But this is a par 4, so she's still got a stroke to work with.
Kona also just pitching, not trying to get too far up the fairway, just position play to get the par.
And I'm being greedy. I am not going to pitch anything. I want to get all the way up there, just pumping another boss as far as I can.
Oh, wow. And just outside the rocks. That's amazing. What a birdie look. Stacy with the Savant.
Another one of those turnover sidearms, and she gets up there too for a birdie look.
Pin high. Wow. I've been getting 80 footers is about all I could muster on this one. Ellen with a turnover onto the green. Looks like a long putt, but certainly a par save in her future is possible.
Kona looking just to finesse it up to the green.
Oh.
And clips that tree, so she'll have a bit more work to do here.
Looks like a circle 2 putt. Oh, a circle to throw. So she's going to have to concede this final hole to the Bogey Meister.
The mulch does its job and catches. I'm putting for birdie.
Get in there. Yes! Awesome. Wow, way to play that hole. That's amazing. I have not seen any birdies on this hole yet.
It felt really good to finish in the dark with a bird. And a long putt at that.
And Ellen for par.
Stacy for birdie.
Get in there.
Nice.
Yes! You could see that like body language of just awesome contentment that to finish like that. And Kona for par? Or for... No, this is not for par, is it?
This would be for bogey.
It's a bit of a long putt for bogey. Get in there.
Just off the top of the band.
She had such a good round, and then to finish with a double, she's going to be thinking about that tonight.
Happens to the best of them.
Sure does. Maybe it'll give her a little extra motivation tomorrow.
Picking up the mini. Moving on. And Ellen taps in here. Just want to say we sure do appreciate y'all tuning in to this round 1 back 9 coverage at the Iron Hill Disc Golf Course. It's been such a treat commentating for you here alongside my friend and competitor Sarah Hokum.
Thanks for joining us. We'll take a quick look at the leaderboard. Kat out in front with a -3. We saw Kona and Holly shooting some great under par scores, especially on that back 9. I'm there at -1, and we've got a bunch sitting at even that will be looking to jump onto the lead card in round 2. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow as we see what happens here at Iron Hill Disc Golf Course. These